That's awesome.
Yeah, it's incredible. And let's not talk about the sleeper part of, or not. Let's definitely talk about the sleeper part of this tournament, and that's the Rivals 2 bracket that is tomorrow.
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
I was playing a little earlier. Going back to Rivals 1 to play in like amateur brackets and stuff, because I suck, is like just transition back. Obviously, you got to get used to some stuff like, oh, I can't shield anymore, it's parry. But it's like, holy crap, they made Rivals 2 feel even smoother than Rivals 1.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It is incredible, and that's why coming out to these grassroots tournaments is so fun. You get that community environment, you get these unique games, you get to ask a top 50 player in Rivals 1, hey, you want to play Rivals 2 with me? I know the game isn't out for insert amount of time left, right? But I would love to just run some Rivals 2, and everyone will say yes, because everyone just wants to play the game here. Yeah. And that's what's so exciting. That's the grassroots feel you come to AZ for.
Very true. Very seldom do you see the developer of some of these games just like out and about.
Yep.
And that's shoutouts to Dan's, shoutouts to Studios of Aether, and shoutouts to these two players that we're going to be seeing in front of us, because we got to get focused on some of these losers qualifiers.
Double Ori. Not every day that we see two Oris against each other, right? We see Kusi taking up the Raster Beacon right now, so this is going to be probably the fight to the death for what could potentially be the last Ori remaining. Maybe Kusi will go back to that Ori and winners at some point, right?
Maybe.
But if not,
Ori's still crazy.
If not, right, this is the passion fight for who's the Ori left.
First of all, I want to call out Kusi and be like, how do you think this character is not enough? Huh? But in the same way, Ori is another one of those characters that you live and die by your moment-to-moment execution. Because sometimes that happens. And then sometimes that happens to you.
You know, sometimes people say Ori struggles to kill, and then sometimes Ori gets a bash read.
Yeah, sometimes I want to smack them. That's just a lie.
Yeah.
Especially with how Games in Flames has been playing throughout this bracket. Like, just watching him play through many other people in these losers brackets. Look, like jab reverse, F tilt.
Yeah.
He's gotten like so consistent. Bash setups, any sort of sign pop, like shenanigans, like all of that has been so good. Not only inside the Games in Flames, excuse me, but Ahntye as well. She has just matched the energy and the effort from Games in Flames step for step, which is why we're at a 2-stock to 2-stock game and why they're both facing off for a top 16 spot.
Yeah, this is not a wow. Once again, the same conversion is going to kill Ahntye and take that second stock. And I mean, this is a Ditto we don't see often. As dominant of a character as Ori might be, right? We don't see two Oris play one another, right?
Very true.
Hello. This is a very interesting matchup because both of these two, I feel like, have all the tools to obliterate one another, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Ori's so good of a character that even Ori can't play against it, you know? So it leads a lot to these single interactions, right? The single openings, these single DI reads, these raw bashes that Games of Flames have been getting to just get these little bits of lead that are so incredibly important.
100% agree here, Schoolie, and we're seeing that like take forward for Games in Flames. Just like you see this, the F smash tosses out like a lot of different coverages, daring plays in order to come back onto stage with that nair, and looking to again hunt these angles as well. Like Games in Flames is making these reads and following through with them. But because Ori is so fast and you have like these extra advantages against playing a light character, like up air being a kill move, like, it is just so cool to watch Games in Flames just work his magic. But yeah, Ahntye, a very practiced player. She plays a ton against players in this bracket. You know, like one of her common practice partners is, I think, Protagify, who we just saw, who's in top 16. So the effort is absolutely there. Yeah, it's just a matter of finding those little wins, as you were mentioning earlier, Schoolie. Those little advantages that can take you to the next level. We do not have a producer.
where important things are happening in the back scenes, but we do need to go full screen in this set, if possible.
Craig.
Someone is going to figure it out.
All right, we're still looking at the gameplay
Our
thus
Pizza
far.
Tower hero. We do need some assistance on this one.
It's all right there, boss.
Oh my gosh, that bash is gonna do it.
That bash connected.
That feels like the same bash we saw 2 times earlier on the last stage, and I don't know if it's being a DI mixed up or not, but right now Ahntye keeps getting caught by it, but it doesn't matter. He closes it instantly.
That was definitely a DI mix-up there from Games and Flames. Just showing off a ton of different looks and a ton of hits and to just like let that forward smash rip super quickly.
It's funny you say that because that was Ahntye that got me stopped.
I am sorry. My
It's
bad.
2 Oris.
2 Oris.
And they move at lightning speed.
Yeah.
It can be hard to. Oh my gosh, the baby dash jabs. Just the little stutter steps at it with sign. What you gonna do? How do you keep up with all of these lightning fast changes? And it's these bold maneuvers to go for these little changes that are enough for Games and Flame to try to be eking out this lead. That galaxy.
I'm chuckling. It is so funny sometimes watching it's a crazy tool or crazy character work the up strong anti-air. Use the tutorial section for a refresher.
Yeah, I mean, the tutorial section can say it better than we can. These 2 players are just killing each other as early as possible, you know? And I feel like that's what this matchup is about, right?
Uh-oh.
Oh, does get on the wrong side though, and that's gonna be pretty big. Gets the reversal from Games of Flames, but right now they're both just kind of swinging.
The air dodge on that sign pop was so good, but missing the down strong after great
Yeah, that was great DI, and then the instant air dodge did not get caught by it. Ahntye was ready.
I mean, it comes to play with both these characters and players moving at lightning speed.
It's so scary right here. That falls out of that fair into F smash. Games and Flames trying to throw all of the knowledge checks into Ahntye. Doesn't pass. That would have killed. That would have absolutely killed Ori, and that kills Ori too.
The fact that she did it twice,
Yeah, twice.
just running back onto stage, and it's stuff like that that is so dangerous because over the entirety of this game, it's like we're just watching 2 players check drive rushes to make a Street Fighter comparison.
Oh,
it's like, hey, you're trying to play fast, you're trying to get into my space, well, I'm going to put out a jab here. I'm going to put out something to make you reconsider and start to like change up your angle. But instead of changing up the angles or the direction of movement or the move used entirely, Ahntye is matching aggression with even more aggression.
Yeah. And the off chance of maybe calling out these players a little bit, I feel like so far this is in the set who can cheese each other harder, right? I truly
No, it's not accurate. It's not inaccurate, excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, because these 2 are throwing every Ori knowledge check in the book at one another, and they're saying, are you ready for it? I know you play this character, but if I'm right, you're dead, right?
And that's the awesome part about Dittos sometimes, because if both of you are really, truly deep in your character like Ahntye and like Games and Flames are, then you get to just start like playing a pop quiz show mid-game. It's like,
do you remember this one?
Yeah,
I do.
What are you ready for? You remember this? How about this one? How
Yeah.
about this little setup? Oh, Ahntye barely missing that hitfall back onto the stage. It's gone a little bit too far.
Oh, great air dodge in place to not get hit by that F smash. The awareness to know that it would have pulled them up on the ledge even if they went anywhere. Oh, that's a great up smash, but isn't going to kill.
Tons of strongs being thrown out over and over again. The back air trading. Another trade midway. Swinging. We are swinging.
We are swinging. I mean, the truth is, as confusing as it may be that these 2 are throwing out such high committal moves all the time, because they kill each other so early, right? It's almost like a risk-reward type thing where do you really want to try to play against neutral and against Ori for another 3 minutes? Or do you want to go to end it all and maybe just lose a couple of hits for it?
That's the weird, skewy part about risk-reward in any FGC when it comes to characters with as good a tools as Ori is.
Absolutely.
Where you see it like throughout time. Like for contemporary examples, think like Chip in early Guilty Gear. Think Ken right now in Street Fighter.
Wow.
Like you can just play so up tempo, and you can play with such like reckless abandon sometimes
Yeah.
that in a long game, like how platform fighters are with their multiple stock count, you can just kind of understand that these risks in a long set are good to take because the dividends will pay off.
Yeah. And the truth is, as seasoned as these players may be, playing against a character like Ori in neutral is scary. And it's really hard. You're not used to having to play against another sign to be aware of all that and keep track of your own. And doesn't kill good DI. But, I mean, the truth is,
again,
that one is not going to kill good DI. But no air dodge. Dead.
Yeah, he's not able to touch the ground in time. Games and Flames does close it out. Nair to bash, certainly a good one. Even if not a knowledge check, but definitely still solid.
Yeah.
Oh,
great up
not
air.
A kill move, by the way.
Not a kill move. It never kills.
No, not
it
ever.
It killed Ori at 100. That's such a high percent for Ori. Not a kill move.
Not a kill. Terrible.
And these two
are mixed there from
oh my god, what a bash.
That was so quick. The platform empty land, jump back up, wave land into the then platform up air was so slick. Unfortunately, it did not close out the stock.
I feel like we're seeing a lot more of the bread and butter combos from Ahntye. Right, these slow, consistent, methodical options instead of these risk rewards. And it's been doing wonders, but this is the risk, right? You make one mistake, you make a couple reads for Games and Flames, and even if you've gotten this consistent percent, it doesn't matter to the huge reward.
Again, but the down tech was so nice. Okay, getting picked up by the forward strong as the flames ignite on this blazing hideout.
I couldn't tell whose bash just exploded, but it looked like Ahntye just chose not to die there, or not get hit by the bash, and bash instead. Like, I don't know. These two players are on another level from what I'm watching. They're playing so fast, it's hard to keep up.
One of the best things about playing a fast character, in the case of both of these two, honestly, is that you're not always punished for making the exact wrong decision. As the pickup again comes in there from Games and Flames, looking so good in those consistency checks. But because you're playing so fast, and both of them are just kind of throwing everything in the kitchen sink at each other, you get in this kind of mojo where making the right decision or the best decision or the most optimum decision, whatever adjective you want to use, isn't actually the best thing to do. Rather, it is to make the quickest decision. What's the first thing in your mind? Go for it, because these two are at breakneck pace and they're not going to slow down as we go to one of the smallest stages in the game.
Yeah. This is scary. Those bashes that we saw killing early. Early is the name of the game here for some of these bashes, right? We're looking for those kills off the side, and Ori can do that in spades.
Game 5 again. Game 5 again.
Game 5 again. Welcome to Heatwave.
Honestly,
hope you're enjoying your stay.
It's been great. Thank you. Oh my god, such tight sets as it continues. These losers qualifiers.
Wow, what a recovery from Ahntye. That was so good, but instantly gets caught by the jab check, right? Comes right back at you. You can do it. I can do it too. And that was a big conversion for Games of Flames, but not able to close it out, and that's all that matters right now. Who can close it out?
You know where Games of Flames messed up?
Where?
On the recovery from Ahntye. Ahntye dropped from the parachute and fast fell through the platform. Games of Flames read a landing on the platform and tried to get a follow-up. That missed advantage state turned into advantage for Ahntye, allowing them to get the stock. So, the smallest of decisions can play massive dividends on both sides, because you never know just where this set is going to go here.
Absolutely. If I was a betting man, I would not bet on this game. That is for sure. This is back and forth as it can be, and it's just one read away from the both of them. Oh, that sign parry, going to be so huge. Looks for the up smash, but not quite going to connect. Good DI from Ahntye, but right now the pressure is being put on. What was a 30% lead is now a 2% behind, and Games and Flames is looking to just tack that on. Oh, misses the bash.
Yeah, heading the wrong direction, just drifting a little bit too far in, trying to
That could be it. That could be it.
Wow, the pressure, the willingness just to go straight
From
through.
Waveland from Ahntye.
We are making decisions.
So fast from Ahntye. So quick, but Games and Flames was ready. Knew that Ahntye would be there. It goes, wow, that is 40%. 50, 56, counting up right now.
Pushing everything to the limit, but Ahntye with a chance to respond to falling there. Again, Games and Flames just choosing, just picking buttons at the snap and the quickness to try and make this set go into his way. But Ahntye, she's not far behind. Things can change at a moment's notice. Looking for jab 3, but the coverage from Ahntye was so good. The up strong pickup as well. Jump covering the jump in as we got game 5 last stock, and falls. The pop off. Careful of your headset as he is mugged from behind by Soul Rifle.
Wow.
Hugging it out, and all of these players, high intensity, high passion, but no bad blood. That has been so consistent throughout all of these firm handshakes, hugs, and oh.
For Heat Wave 2 being discussed. Not Heat Wave 2. Rivals 2.
No collusion confirmed.
Thousand in the Rivals 2 bracket.
8 slots for Rivals 2.
MSB in the Rivals 2.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. Yo, sweet little AZ local hero in the Rivals 2 bracket. Refrain. Also AZ
Solid
Rivals
player.
2 bracket. Don't accuse. Oh my God! Another AZ resident.
AZ.
Not collusion. Not collusion. I promise.
Not collusion. Not collusion.
Ahntye
a big one.
Bracket.
Let's go, New York. Oh.
Coffee Ground, Lethally Glazed player, fantastic, one of the best. And Spiker in the Rivals 2 bracket.
This is a really good mix.
Red.
A very, very good mix of both local legends